When news broke that Jungkook had entered Asia's richest list, the reaction was a mixture of disbelief and admiration. It hit like a thunderbolt. A young man who started as a trainee, facing uncertainty and sacrifice, now standing among the financial elite. But behind the headline lies a journey of persistence, talent, strategy, and vision. In this piece, I aim not just to recount numbers, but to bring to life how Jungkook's story resonates and why this moment matters. From his earliest years, Jungkook's path was rarely straightforward. Many fans know the emotional weight behind his adolescence. The pressure to excel, the self-doubts, the long nights practicing, the sacrifices unseen. Yet, it was precisely that quiet inner drive, unspoken, often hidden, that fueled the relentless pursuit. He never sought instant fame. He sought mastery, expression, growth. What we see today, the global tours, millions of streams, brand endorsements, was birthed from those early years of struggle. His success doesn't feel accidental. It reads like a blueprint written by someone who believed in something beyond momentary applause. One major pillar behind his financial ascent is his voice, not just in the literal sense, but the authenticity he has cultivated. When Jungkook sings, he doesn't merely hit notes. He conveys emotion, vulnerability, strength. That intangible connection elevates him from idol status to artist. It makes fans invest more deeply, not just as spectators, but as believers. In the modern entertainment industry, authenticity is a rare currency. Corporations and brands gravitate toward those whose public image aligns with genuine persona. Jungkook's choice to show moments of insecurity, fatigue, introspection, and growth has built trust. That trust converts into support, streams, sales, and endorsements. So when he partners with high-end labels or global campaigns, he brings not just a face, but a story that sells. Reaching Asia's richest list doesn't stem from one revenue stream. It demands multiplicity. Jungkook's financial trajectory shifted sharply when he embraced his solo potential. His solo releases, especially Golden, didn't just chart. They broke records and transformed how people viewed him, not as the youngest member of BTS, but as a standalone, powerful voice. But solo success alone cannot explain such wealth. Endorsements and brand partnerships are the second pillar. Jungkook's global ambassador role with Calvin Klein is often cited as a major contributor. He brings visibility, cachet, youthful prestige. He has appeal across continents, Asia, America, Europe, and brands pay a premium for that reach. Then comes the element many overlook: ownership and equity. During BTS's label IPO, all members received shares in the company pre-IPO. Over time, those shares appreciated. That means Jungkook's wealth isn't just income, it's stake in a growing cultural empire. That aligns his incentives with long-term growth, not just short-term sales. At the heart of the story, what is Jungkook's net worth? Estimates vary depending on source, assumptions, and time. But the consensus among recent reports places him in a staggering range. Celebrity Net Worth estimates him at $50 million. Celebrity Net Worth. Finance Monthly places his net worth at $40.50 million as of 2025, attributing this to endorsements, BTS earnings, solo projects, and real estate. Finance Monthly. Icon Polls suggests a broader forecast. $40.60 million by 2025. Icon. Some sources less dramatically estimate around $35 million, especially before his more recent expansion into solo and brand deals. Finance Monthly. So a reasonable estimate right now. $40 to $50 million. Let's pause to consider what that means. For a man in his mid-20s, starting from near zero in public terms, to achieve tens of millions is not just financial success, it's seismic transformation. And for many fans, it's affirming. Someone you cheered for, rooted in struggle, now walks in prosperity. That emotional arc amplifies the prestige beyond numbers. We often romanticize talent as the magic key, but talent without discipline is fragile. Jungkook's success story isn't just about vocal cords or choreography, it's about consistency, sacrifice, and relentless improvement. Even when the world sees stage lights and cheers, behind those moments lie rigorous routines, injuries, self-doubt, and scheduling hell. He has also shown an ability to delay gratification. Instead of scattering energies across every trend, he's chosen carefully what fits him: solo music, brand deals consistent with his public image, selective collaborations. That level of patience is rare in an industry driven by what's now. I believe this is partly why his wealth story resonates so strongly. It's not hollow. It feels grounded. Each step is visible. Young man grows, hones, takes calculated risk, reaps reward. It matters that this is Jungkook, not a faceless celebrity. For many fans, this marks a validation. Supporting him from trainee days, through BTS milestones, through challenges, his entry into Asia's richest list feels like shared victory. It stirs pride and a sense of collective journey. Also, his story counters a narrative that fame is fleeting and identity is disposable. Jungkook, instead, is building legacy. He shows that artistry and business can coexist, that integrity and prosperity need not be enemies. From emotional highs when a new song releases, to fears and anticipation when an album charts, fans live that path with him. His wealth becomes symbolic. It's not just personal gain, but proof of what human spirit, combined with opportunity, can achieve. No ascent is without nostalgia of struggle, and no prosperity is without shadows. The journey into top wealth zones invites scrutiny. Every endorsement, public move, comment is analyzed. The pressure to maintain image is relentless. Mistakes, if they occur, reverberate. Also, markets shift. Consumer tastes change. New idols emerge. Brand deals may cool. The very moment you conjure greatness, you must also sustain it. But Jungkook is not naive. The blend of artistic investment, shares in underlying business, diversified income streams gives him a measure of insulation. He's not riding a single wave. He's building an ecosystem around himself. Jungkook's entry into Asia's richest list also signals something broader. K-pop idols historically were seen as ephemeral entertainers, but Jungkook demonstrates that idols can become wealth anchors, brand magnets, stakeholders in major cultural enterprises. This raises the bar and the door for future generations. The margin for artistry widens. We begin to view idols not just as performers, but as cultural architects with real economic power. Moreover, his success may shift perceptions among critics. That pop music is frivolous or shallow. When a pop idol can build multi-million fortunes ethically, consistently, with artistry intact, the cultural valuation changes. To me, Jungkook's rise is deeply human. It affirms that behind celebrity glitz, there is struggle, doubt, patience, and that we might celebrate outcomes without forgetting origins. I feel a stirring when I imagine him in his practice room, wrestling with technique. I feel respect when I think of his discipline in image, dealing with global scrutiny. His financial success is not an end, but evidence of endurance meeting opportunity. And yes, I hold hope. that now, with strengthened resources, he can push boundaries, support others, leave legacy. Being rich in numbers is one thing, being rich in impact is another. I believe Jungkook has the potential for both. Entering Asia's richest list carries symbolic weight. It means being a face not only of artistry, but also of economic influence. Jungkook now stands as a representative of an era where creativity intersects with business, where emotion turns to economy. With that power comes responsibility. While others might flaunt excess, Jungkook's manner remains steady, grounded, measured. His wealth has not shifted his attitude, it has deepened his purpose. When you observe his interviews, his tone hasn't changed. It's still contemplative, focused on craft, on doing better. That continuity signals authenticity. The same essence that drew millions now defines his maturity. Money can distort identity, but for him, it seems to clarify it. There's a subtle shift happening. Jungkook is no longer just part of pop culture, he's shaping it. When his image dominates fashion trends, when his name trends globally for a single airport appearance, when products he wears sell out worldwide, he becomes an economic force. That force moves industries. Companies adjust releases to align with his visibility cycles. Advertising strategies reconfigure around his schedule. That's not fan power, it's structural power. And in the middle of all that, Jungkook still focuses on creation. That's the paradox. He stands at the intersection of art and economy, but continues to choose artistry first. It's that choice that protects longevity, because once an artist turns fully into a brand, authenticity fades. Jungkook has managed to blend both without losing the essence that started it all. We often see the highlights, awards, accolades. Luxury, but less visible, is the immense pressure. Once a person becomes a symbol of success, the world expects perfection. Every action becomes statement, every silence becomes interpretation. For Jungkook, this means living under a microscope. Yet he rarely lets external noise derail his composure. His public appearances are calm, deliberate, almost reflective. That demeanor sends a message. That success doesn't have to shout. I believe this restraint is power. It reinforces the mystique that fuels his longevity. The ability to stay centered amid chaos is the most underrated skill in fame, and it's precisely that which will keep him ahead of his peers long after temporary trends fade. When an artist from South Korea enters Asia's richest list through global work, it challenges historical narratives about where wealth in entertainment can originate. For decades, wealth concentration in music was largely Western. Jungkook's success realigns that geography. It asserts that Asian creativity, language, and rhythm have equal financial weight in the world's market. This ripple doesn't end at borders. It inspires the next generation of Asian artists, showing them that they don't need to conform to Western molds to succeed globally. They can lead with authenticity, culture, and individuality, and still command the same economic respect. That transformation isn't just financial, it's cultural emancipation. Jungkook didn't only earn wealth, he shifted perception. The estimates between $40 and $50 million represent more than digits. They represent years of unseen sacrifice. Each dollar is a result of unseen rehearsals, early mornings, missed sleep, emotional endurance. Numbers rarely capture the gravity behind them. If we look closely, Jungkook's fortune isn't about extravagance, it's about validation of work done the hard way. His lifestyle remains measured, he invests rather than flaunts. When he appears in luxury, it's rarely ostentatious, it's functional, polished, quietly commanding. That consistency ensures the public associates him with quality, not indulgence. And that perception keeps his market value rising, because trust in image is the most powerful currency. Wealth provides options. Jungkook now stands at the stage where choice defines future legacy. He can expand beyond music venture into production, film, entrepreneurship, philanthropy. Each choice will carve the next chapter. From observation, he seems drawn toward artistic longevity rather than rapid expansion. That direction may create a slower but deeper imprint. When an artist prioritizes quality of impact over quantity of ventures, their influence lasts decades. If he continues balancing music with carefully chosen projects, his net worth could double within years, not from chasing opportunity, but from letting it come to him. I believe his story will evolve from idol phenomenon to cultural institution. That's the trajectory we're witnessing now. When fans saw Jungkook's name among Asia's richest, what stirred wasn't envy, it was recognition. It felt like a return on belief. They invested emotionally, supported every milestone, and this news felt like confirmation that it mattered. For years, fans saw potential others overlooked. Now the world finally quantified it. But it's deeper than money. It's about seeing someone who represents perseverance rewarded. It's about witnessing a narrative where hard work outlasts criticism. Jungkook's rise validates the idea that no matter how crowded the field, excellence finds its way. That's why this story resonates across languages and countries. It's not just about Korea or music or pop. It's about possibility itself.